tune it in the sun. This is TFM. Get ready to rock. From AM to PM. Come on. Let's talk.
TFM 95.4.
Let's talk.
Live on TFM and the TFM Facebook page. This is the live feed of TTV. Let's talk.
Hello and welcome to the Midday Update. These are the top headlines from our newsroom today. UN Secretary General thanks His Majesty for supporting Yemen peace efforts. No truth about lockdown in Muscat Governorate. Oman Airport issues statement regarding the night lockdown. Fuel prices for April announced in the Sultanate today. Oman to reduce employees working in government sector to 50%. Things to do during the weekend. Russia registers world's first COVID-19 vaccine for animals. Pfizer to start testing freeze-dried version of COVID-19 vaccine this month. International tourist arrivals fall by 87% in January, according to UNWTO report. Host cities and stadiums named for FIFA Women's World Cup 2023. These were the top headlines for the day. Let's see how the weather condition looks like in the Sultanate in our weather update.
This is Maytha Chukeli with today's weather update, and at the moment I'm standing outside the TFM studio in Al Khuwair. Before we move on to weather, here is our fact for the day. The windiest place in the world is Port Martin, Antarctica, and in a year it has an average wind speed of 40 miles per hour. It experiences gale force 8 winds over 100 days in a year. That is our fact for the day. Now let's step inside the studio and talk more about weather. An alert has been issued by Oman Meteorology and Civil Aviation authorities saying that there will be poor visibility due to the fog formation, and there will be mainly clear skies in the Sultanate with chances of late night to early morning, low-level clouds or fog patches over the parts of South Al-Sharqiyya and Al-Wusta. And now let's take a look at how the weather will be like in all the governorates. Muscat will be sunny, temperatures between 36 to 25 degrees Celsius. Musandam will be sunny, temperatures between 35 to 21 degrees Celsius. North Al-Batana will be sunny, temperatures between 31 to 24 degrees Celsius. South Al-Batana will be sunny, temperatures between 36 to 27 degrees Celsius. Al-Buraimi will be sunny, temperatures between 39 to 24 degrees Celsius. Al-Dhahira will be sunny, temperatures between 39 to 25 degrees Celsius. Al-Dakhiliya will be sunny, temperatures between 39 to 25 degrees Celsius. North Al-Sharqiyya will be sunny, temperatures between 38 to 25 degrees Celsius. South Al-Sharqiyya will be partly cloudy, temperatures between 35 to 24 degrees Celsius. Al-Wusta will be sunny, temperatures between 42 to 24 degrees Celsius. And Dhofar will also be sunny, temperatures between 37 to 25 degrees Celsius.
Welcome back to TTV. You're watching Midday Update. Now let's straight go to the COVID-19 updates for the day. The Ministry of Health officials in the Sultanate of Oman has announced the registration of 3 death cases due to coronavirus today. This has taken the total death toll in the Sultanate to 1,681. The health officials have also extended their deepest condolences to the families of the deceased. Moreover, the Ministry of Health has also announced the registration of 800 new coronavirus cases in Oman today. The total cases in the country have now touched 160,018, including 144,639 recoveries, as well as 1,681 deaths. According to Ministry of Health, in the past 24 hours, 673 recoveries were also reported. The ministry has urged everyone to adhere to social distancing instructions issued by the Supreme Committee and the Ministry of Health. And now from a local desk. UN Secretary General has expressed his gratitude to His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq in finding a comprehensive political settlement to the crisis in Yemen. A statement issued online by Oman News Agency said Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations, expressed his gratitude to His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq for supporting the efforts of the Special Envoy for Yemen to find a comprehensive political settlement to the crisis in Yemen. UN Secretary General emphasized the important role of the Sultanate in building bridges of peace in the region, the statement added. The Government Communications Center in the Sultanate has denied social media rumors about imposing lockdown in Muscat Governorate. Speaking exclusively to Times of Oman, an official from GC said, no official statement has been released regarding the closure of Muscat Governorate. There is an old tweet that is currently circulating on social media for one of the Supreme Committee decisions issued last year. Talking about the night lockdown, Oman Airports has also issued a statement for travelers flying outside Oman during the night lockdown period. A statement issued online by Oman Airports said, "We would like to draw the attention of all travelers whose flight times are within the COVID-19 curfew hours, that it is not required of you to reach the airport earlier than normal before your scheduled flight, knowing that no travelers will be allowed in the departures hall until the required time." The statement also added that as Oman Airports, in coordination with the Royal Oman Police, will consider the hard or soft copy of the e-ticket in addition to the identification documents enough to pass through the checkpoints for travelers and only one person accompanying them to or from the airport during the curfew hours. Now, fuel prices for the month of April 2021 has been announced in the Sultanate this morning and has been approved by the Ministry of Energy and Minerals. M91 will be at 205 paisa per litre, M95 will be at 216 paisa per litre, and diesel will be at 222 paisa per litre. However, fuel prices for the month of March 2021 were M91 was at 200 paisa per litre, M95 was at 214 paisa per litre, and diesel remained the same at 222 paisa per litre. The Supreme Committee on Wednesday decided to reduce the employees working in government sector to 50% starting from April 4th. The committee also decided to suspend the direct attendance of students in private and international schools and limit access to distance learning with the exception of students of the 12th grade. The committee also decided to suspend all official and private sports activities starting today, Thursday, April 1st, 2021, until further notice. You know, while it's true that the pandemic is making the weekends more like the weekdays, you can bring in the change. After spending a good working week, you need some time to rest, and the weekend is a chance for a real break. Things that you can do during this weekend includes number 1, enjoy the flavors of Thailand in Muscat. The ongoing Thai food weeks bring the exquisite flavors of Thailand. Organized by the Royal Thai Embassy in collaboration with the authentic Thai restaurants in Oman, the event will run till April 12th. Made by talented and experienced Thai chefs, the event is currently running at 5 Thai restaurants including Charm Thai, Mai Thai, Soy Soy, Thai Corner, and Tiptara. Number 2, watch the latest film in theaters. This week there are plenty on Platter, Way Down, Bennett's War, Arabic Film, and many more. Third, watch the sunset. Find a great spot to catch the sunset. Drive past one of the beaches in Oman during the evenings. Try to get that perfect shot. In Oman, every beach has its own unique, beautiful sunset. You can park your car and watch from the comfort of your car. You can also climb down and watch, but make sure you are alone with your family and not crowding. 4, time for some DIY. With the temperature soaring, you cannot hang out for long in your balcony or garden, and owing to the pandemic, you prefer to stay at home. Utilize this time to enhance your garden if you have one, fix a wonky shelf, mend the leaking tap, clean your carpet and sofa. Weekends are the perfect time for getting these tedious things get done. Give everyone in the family something to do. Number 5, lastly, you can always get your hands on a good book to feed your brain a little. After all, it all requires to be well fed. This was all from our local desk for the day. It's time for us to take a quick commercial break, but stay tuned for more updates from our international desk.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
It's about time we kicked COVID-19 out of our lives. Join us on TTV Outline every Monday and let us learn how to fight COVID together. Welcome back to TTV. You're watching Midday Update. And now from International Desk. Russia has registered the world's first vaccine against COVID-19 for animals, said the deputy head of the Federal Service for Veterinary and Phytosanitary Surveillance on Wednesday. Carnivac-CoV, a sorbate inactivated vaccine against the coronavirus infection for carnivorous animals developed by Federal Center for Animal Health, has been registered in Russia. So far, it is the world's first and only product for preventing COVID-19 in animals, he said, according to TASS news agency. The outlet further reported that the mass production of the world's first animal vaccine against COVID-19 may be launched as early as in April on the basis of the country's largest platform to produce veterinary products, the Federal Center for Animal Health official said. According to the deputy head, clinical trials for Carnivac began last October and involved dogs, cats, foxes and Arctic foxes, minks and other animals. TASS further reported that other countries have already shown interest in the anti-coronavirus vaccine for animals developed by Russian scientists, the deputy head told reporters. As per the World Organization for Animal Health, certain animal species are susceptible to COVID-19. Cases of the disease have been registered in various animals all over the world. Every week, countries inform the World Organization for Animal Health about animal cases of COVID-19 on their territory. Last week, the organization received information about 3 such cases in Mexico and 1 in Brazil. TASS further reported that mass outbreaks of COVID-19 were earlier registered at fur farms. On November 4, 2020, Denmark's government made a decision to exterminate 17 million minks for fears they might infect humans with the mutated coronavirus. U.S. pharmaceutical giant Pfizer and its German partner BioNTech will begin testing a freeze-dried version of COVID-19 vaccine that will need no ultra-cold storage conditions in April, the Wall Street Journal reported, citing a source. Sputnik, citing the media outlet, reported that the freeze-dried vaccine will be tested on volunteers aged between 18 and 55. The trials aimed at determining whether the lyophilized version is as safe and effective as the original one are expected to last about 2 months and involve 1,100 people, the publication said. If the results are successful, the alternative version of the vaccine may be ready for use by early next year. According to Wall Street Journal, this may ease the burden related to the storage of the drug. Sputnik further reported that the manufacturers of the vaccine initially required storage temperatures from 76 to 112 degrees Fahrenheit below zero. This requirement posed a serious challenge to distribution, especially among less developed nations without the cold chain infrastructure. In February, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration announced that it was possible to transport and store the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine at conventional temperatures commonly found in pharmaceutical freezers. International tourist arrivals fell by 87% this year in January due to the coronavirus pandemic, the United Nations World Tourism Organization, commonly known as UNWTO, said on Wednesday. After a drop of 74% in 2020 due to the global pandemic, all world regions continued to experience large drops in tourist arrivals in the first month of the year. the UNWTO said in its World Tourism Barometer. Mandatory testing, quarantines, and in some cases, the complete closure of borders have all hindered the resumption of international travel, the Madrid-based organization said. It said that, in addition, the speed and distribution of the vaccination rollout have been slower than expected, further delaying the restart of tourism. Vaccination is underway worldwide with the already authorized coronavirus vaccines and 267 candidate vaccines being developed worldwide in countries including Germany, China, Russia, Britain, and the United States. The Asia and the Pacific region saw a 96% fall in international tourist arrivals in January, while there was an 85% drop in Europe and Africa, respectively, 84% in the Middle East, and 77% in the Americas. It's time for us to take a quick commercial break, but stay tuned as we have more updates coming your way from our sports desk.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
It's about time we kicked COVID-19 out of our lives. Join us on TTV Outline every Monday and let us learn how to fight COVID together. Welcome back to TTV. You're watching Midday Update. And now lastly from our sports desk. 10 stadiums in 9 host cities across Australia and New Zealand will host matches of the FIFA Women's World Cup 2023, the governing body of football announced on Thursday. With just over 2 years to go until some of the best players in the world take to the field in Australia and New Zealand, the host city announcement represents a major milestone for many football fans and players around the world, as well as in the preparations for the next FIFA Women's World Cup in 2023, which will be the first ever co-hosted FIFA Women's World Cup and the first edition to feature 32 teams. The host cities and stadiums for the FIFA Women's World Cup 2023 are Adelaide, Hindmarsh Stadium, Auckland, Eden Park, Brisbane Stadium, Dunedin Stadium, Hamilton, Waikato Stadium, Melbourne Rectangular Stadium, Perth Rectangular Stadium, in Sydney, Stadium Australia and Sydney Football Stadium, Wellington Stadium. In addition to revealing the host cities and stadiums, FIFA has also announced that Eden Park in Auckland will host the opening match of the FIFA Women's World Cup 2023, with Stadium Australia in Sydney selected to host the final. Both Australia and New Zealand will also host one semi-final each, with the full match schedule for the FIFA Women's World Cup 2023 to be announced later this year. With this news, we have come to the end of the episode for today, but stay tuned as we'll be back again next week with more updates and latest news your way. Keep watching TTV.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.